Welcome to the Garden Wise Show with Colorado's most knowledgeable and entertaining garden experts with host Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy. Get ready for gardening tips that you can use right now. New plants, hot products, and the latest from horticultural science. The phone lines are open, so call into the Legend Studio now. 303-477-2473. That's 303-477-2473. Or text your questions and photos to 303-477-5600. That's 303-477-5600. On the air since 1994, Keith and his guests have been answering your questions about gardening in the high-altitude desert of the Colorado Front Range. And now, here's your host, Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy.
And here we are on another beautiful gardening May weekend coming up on us. And we are going to have a great time this weekend out in the garden, out at the garden centers.
Yeah, they're full.
They're full and
beautiful.
It's fabulous, and the plants are just amazing. That first crop of plants that a lot of the garden centers get in are usually big and lush. And then as the season goes on, they get a little smaller because, they're trying to rush a crop.
They're rushing a crop, and they're trying to crank them out as fast as they can.
Exactly. So get that first batch of stuff that comes in May, and you'll have the biggest, most lush, beautiful plants you can choose from. And I guess I should say we are listening, or you are listening, so am I, to the Garden Wise Show. And my guest host today, as usual, is Devon Hukill. Good morning, Devon.
Good morning. Good morning.
And we are live on Facebook, so if you want to watch us talk into a microphone, feel free to join us on our Facebook page, the Garden Wise Show Facebook page, and you can watch the show as it happens, live and in person. Oh my God!
I know you can see our faces. I'm not sure that's a bonus or.
Of course it is.
I'm always my mom, I love my dear mom, and she's always like, you look so tired.
Thanks, Mom.
I know, and I'm like, well, I am. I am tired.
Oh, you know what started in my yard?
What?
Pine pollen.
Oh.
I've got like 5 mature pine trees in my yard.
You do.
And that's why it's called Pine Gardens.
Uh-huh.
And the pollen is flying, and it's just wreaking havoc. We had to turn our air conditioning on to filter the air in the house so that I could sleep at night.
Oh. Do you have allergies to pine?
I have allergies to pollen, period.
Oh.
Everything I've ever been tested for, I show an allergy for, as far as pollen goes.
Yeah. My husband, same thing.
And yet I went into horticulture.
I know. Hey.
Well, how are you going to escape it? You might as well do what you love.
I know.
Rather than just, dosing yourself up on anti-allergy medication and being dopey all day. I don't like that.
No, that's an icky feeling.
Yeah. So, enough of that. What we're doing today is answering your gardening questions, and you've got to have some. I mean, come on, people. It's mid-May.
Yeah.
So, give us a call here at the show. It's 303-477-2473. You can text us at 303-477-5600. And with that, you can include a picture.
Yeah.
We love pictures. Or you can send us a picture on text and then call us, and we can talk about the picture you send, which is always fun, too, because then there's a back-and-forth conversation, and we can ask questions, and you can tell us what is going on.
Yeah. And remember, when you send a photo, when you text in a photo, just send one at a time. For some reason, our system won't allow multiple photos.
On the same text, yeah.
On the same text.
So one at a time. You can send multiple pictures, but just do it one at a time.
Yeah.
And then you can also leave your comments on the Facebook Live comment section.
You can. And you can also you can also share your garden successes along, with gardening questions, but it doesn't have to be just gardening questions.
Oh, I do have one success I can share.
Ooh, tell me.
Well, I don't know if it's success or just dang stupid luck, but that deep freeze we had a couple of weeks ago, where it got down to like 24 degrees, and it took out my iris flowers. Yeah. Some of them made it through.
Oh, great! Mine hadn't thrown up buds yet, so.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I had some that were a foot above the foliage.
Oh.
And then they all just kink over and just hang there like,
oh, Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. Waggled in the wind. But no, I have a few that actually made it up and are blooming now. So
Yeah, I'm trying to think about the only thing that storm. Well, the storm took out my ash tree leaves, and
Yeah.
now they're just hanging up there, making a slow mess. My trees are finally starting to re-leaf back out.
I've seen that all over
Yeah,
town.
that's been my number one question is, oh my God, my ash tree or hackberries got
Or
nailed
locust.
really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will they come back? They re-leaf out. But my alliums just got nailed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I have like 3 or 4 really sad allium flowers, and that's it. I'm like, oh God. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah.
Well, I am encouraged to see the trees starting to leaf back out. And, we've been saying trees have backup buds.
Yeah. Secondary buds.
They've been doing this for a lot longer than any of us have been around, than our species has been around.
Yep. I always
And,
I always say trees have been living millions of years without us.
Exactly. And they know this happens. Mother Nature has a cruel sense of humor sometimes.
yeah.
So they're ready for it. They know what they need to do. So they may look dead, but they're not. They'll be leafing out. It's just a little slower because those secondary buds are buried a little deeper in the tissues, and it takes them a while to push through.
It does.
It's like it's like having a 2-day birthing instead of a 2-hour birth.
Exactly.
But yeah, okay, good. Look, I'm seeing people are calling in already, and I have to cough. Stupid allergies, man.
Yeah, sometimes you just.
You're really getting to it. So let's go out and talk to Pat right away and see what's going on with her today. Good morning, Pat.
Hi, what's going on with me is I'm a little worried about this 37 degrees on Monday. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm getting anywhere from, it's fluctuating right now. I'm getting anywhere from 37 to, I have seen 32 and snow because we're supposed to get some moisture along with it. So it's fluctuating back and forth. I swear, I'm in a weird weather, like, I'm an addict. I'll check it like once an hour.
Yeah, you go down that rabbit hole.
I do, but
My whole yard is planted. My whole yard. I'm like,
I wouldn't worry about the perennials.
no, trees and perennials are going to be fine in
Yeah.
that temperature. It's not going to bother them at all. Where we start to run into a problem is flowers, tropical flowers.
Like impatiens and begonias.
in particular, impatiens and begonias. They're so sensitive. And then any of your warm season crops. So tomatoes
yeah.
and peppers and
Squash.
and basil.
Yeah.
That one I would really worry about. They are very dramatic with cold temperatures.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would be prepared to cover them if it's going to drop below 40.
Yeah.
okay. Oh, wow. I've got
Just-
the whole yard to do.
It's not
I've
just
got it.
from the...
Oh,
It's not going to be I don't think it's going to be a frost situation, but it can be a cold shock.
Certainly.
And that sometimes will lock up a plant for a little while, and it'll just sit there for a few
not
weeks and
grow.
not do anything and not grow until it's ready, until it's done pouting.
Yeah, which is crazy because I never plant any of my warm season vegetables this early, and this week I was like, maybe I should go out there and plant them and get them in early, and then this is exactly why I don't.
Yeah. I did buy my peppers
Yeah.
because I like shishito peppers, and they always, Nick's always runs out before I'm ready to plant them. So I bought them. I potted them up. They're in the basement under lights.
Smart.
And they'll go out once the soil is warm enough. But I tell you, it's Colorado. You just never can tell. I thought it was going to be perfectly safe after that last snowstorm. I thought we were going to be fine. The forecast looked like it was going to be fine for the rest of the month, and then here we have this.
I have a hard rule with annuals. I don't start planting any of my annuals for my clients until the 3rd week of May. So this next coming week. And I do that because more times than not, we get a snow around the 20th of May. And so I just would rather be safe than sorry.
But Pat, you're not the only one. I've already moved out all of my cannas, all of my elephant ears. Let's see, what else did I put out? Well, just all of my tropicals. They're out hardening off in a shady spot in the backyard. And if it's going to drop below 40, I'm going to have to go out there, and those gigantic pots that they're in, I'm going to have to haul them all back in the house just so they don't get chilled too much.
Yeah.
Well, you can only lift so much. I mean, I went to the thrift store years back, and I got like 15 sheets, and I have barrels. I have many, many barrels. Oh my God! I just didn't think we were going to have to do this, honestly.
Yeah, well, just stick some bamboo stakes in those barrels around the edges and drape the sheet over the top.
Yep.
And that's all you'll need as far as protection.
Well, that's all you could do. Okay.
But it does sound like a lot of work, Pat.
Oh, well, it's going to be. But I don't want to lose this stuff. I worked it took me 4 days to get all this in the ground.
Of course.
Goodness.
Yeah.
But again, I wouldn't worry about perennials or shrubs or trees or anything like that.
No,
This
they'll
is
be
not-
fine.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. But
Although-
tropicals are going to be an issue.
Although the National Weather Service was also talking about hail. So
No, we don't say that word out loud.
I know, but we have to prepare. So, my speaking of my husband again, my poor husband just knows because I get thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of annuals
For your customers.
for my clients.
Yeah.
And he just every afternoon he knows we've got stuff ready, and if he even hears thunder, he runs out there and he covers everything. He's a trooper. That's 100% sure.
That's great that he can work from home and do that.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. Because otherwise, do you know how much I would lose?
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow. Well, yeah. Oh, man. I just didn't think I was going to have to do all this.
Yeah.
yeah, none of us did. When I saw that the other day, I think it was yesterday, I was looking at it and it's like, no,
Yeah.
that wasn't supposed to happen. No, you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, in this morning when I first woke up, I even saw on my forecasting thing little snow symbol.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, they say, after Mother's Day, you're safe. And here in Colorado, it's like, closer to Memorial Day.
Yeah. You don't gain anything. I just
You really
really
don't.
don't think
Yeah.
you gain anything. You'd be better off to do exactly what Keith did. Buy them so you have them and then plant them up into a bigger pot. I know it's a bigger hole. I didn't know it's a whole extra step.
Yeah.
But you're better off.
Yeah.
Bring them out during the daytime, throw them in at night.
Or leave them out at night if the temperatures are going to be okay. But
Above 50.
above, yeah, 50 or above would be fine. But anyway, I'm sorry, Pat.
Oh, me
Yep.
too.
Well, what can we do, right?
I wish I could control it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Well, I guess I'm going to be covering things up below us. So.
Get ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
You
You're
bet.
welcome.
Take care.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know that I am going to be on the Garden Conservancy Tour again this year, June 13th, and I'm going to give away tickets today, or at least one ticket, probably tickets each weekend until the show or
Yeah.
till the tour comes on. And the way you sign up for that to possibly win a ticket is to go to my website, gardenwiseguy.com. That's gardenwiseguy.com. And sign up for the newsletter. And then whoever signs up for the newsletter today will be selected to win a ticket to the Garden Conservancy Tour in my yard on June 13th, which
That's
is a
exciting.
Saturday. So, because they do cost some money. And yeah, I think it would be kind of fun. So gardenwiseguy.com, sign up for the newsletter, get in the pool for winning a ticket to my garden tour. And we're going to take a break right here on the Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
Soil moist granules are a non-toxic water-storing polymer product that keeps your plants hydrated twice as long. Every morning you water your hanging baskets, vegetables, and flower beds, and by evening they're dry again. Soil moist polymer crystals mix into your potting soil and encourage absorption, cutting your watering in half. They absorb water like a sponge, then slowly release it as your soil dries out. That means less watering for you and more consistent moisture at the root level, right where plants need it. Ideal for hanging baskets, planters, flower beds, and even vegetables, Soil Moist reduces transplant shock, improves soil texture, and lasts for seasons. It's non-toxic, degradable, and environmentally friendly. Just hydrate the granules before mixing them into your soil and let Soil Moist do the hard part for you. Find Soil Moist at your favorite independent garden center or learn more at soilmoist.com.
We've thawed from the winter chill, and now it's time to read up on the best products to control beetles and grubs in your yards and gardens. There's a couple of products that give a 1-2 punch to those grubs and beetles.
Now that temperatures have risen, the grubs are becoming active again in your lawns and gardens. Make sure you use safe, high-performing products like Grub Gone and Beetle Gone, so you, your kids, and pets can safely enjoy your yard without sharing it with beetles and grubs.
Grub Gone can be applied to turf to control grubs, reduce turf damage, and lessen the impact that beetles will have on your yard in the summer. Plus, it's easy to use. Just apply with any commercial spreader and irrigate into the soil. Grub Gone is a biological product that specifically targets grubs without harming soil beneficials.
And use Beetle Gone in your garden soil to control grubs, or later in summer on your roses and other ornamentals or fruiting plants to control beetle invaders without harming bees, ladybugs, or butterflies. Find out more at BeetleGone.com.
You'll find Grub Gone and Beetle Gone at your local independent garden center. And as always, tell them the Garden Wise guy sent you.
May is here, and at Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center, we're ready for planting season. Hopefully the roller coaster weather is behind us, but it's still wise to be ready to cover your plants in case Mother Nature slaps us, especially for our mountain customers dealing with colder nights. Jared's is fully stocked with beautiful annuals, perennials, herbs, veggies, and hanging baskets. And if you're ready to get planting, you'll be amazed by the color and variety. Most of it's locally grown. Our friendly, experienced staff is here to help you choose the right plants and know which ones may need a little extra care over the next few weeks. Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Jared's has you covered with stunning hanging baskets, patio pots, potted roses, and even gloves, hats, and tools for the gardening mom. Don't miss one of the best gift shops around, full of unique finds at great prices. Whether you're planting a veggie garden, refreshing your landscaping, or adding trees and shrubs, Jared's is your go-to resource. If you've got questions, we've got answers. From gifts and tools to fountains, statuary, and bulk materials like mulch, compost, soil, and rock, you'll find it all at Jared's. Family-owned and serving the community for 48 years. Visit Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center at 10500 West Bowles Avenue in Littleton. Open 9 to 6 weekdays and 9 to 5 weekends. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Memorial Day sale. Now through Memorial Day. Save on thousands of trees, shrubs, perennials, vines, berries, and more. Now get up to 30% off all sizes of pine, spruce, fir, and upright juniper trees, including 6-year-old 5.5 to 6 foot tall Austrian pine trees. Now only $219.99 each. Now through Memorial Day. Come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show, and we've got Carol on the line, wants to talk to us. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, guys. Nice to talk to you this morning.
Well, you too. What's going on with you?
Thank you. We have a little bit of a discrepancy about the timing on our sprinkler. For years, we have run it like 8 o'clock at night and 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, the problem with that is it runs into 2 days, and we don't want to be fined for watering on days that we're not supposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
So when the sprinkler guy came last week and turned everything on and checked it all out, he set the sprinklers to go off, I think, about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I think 7 or so, I don't know, it was in the evening. And so that defeats the purpose of what you have been talking about with
the cycle and soak,
watering them deeply, because they're short 15 or 20-minute sessions, and then there's all that time during the day with the heat. Tell me what you do, please.
Oh, what I do? Well, it's because of my soil, the water, I don't have to worry about it running off. So I just run it as one cycle, and I can run for 40 minutes in one cycle, and I don't get any runoff. So I don't have to cycle soak. You have clay soil. Is there a reason that you're, like it was 7 at night and 3 in the morning? Why so far apart?
I don't know. He's
Yeah.
run it like that for years. I think it's habit.
Can you run it like start it at 1 o'clock in the morning and then cycle it over to 4 o'clock? I mean, how long does it take to run the whole cycle?
There's seven lines.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you should be able to do it all in one early morning cycle.
Yeah, just back to back it.
Yeah.
Okay, and 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Yeah, since we can only do it twice a week now, I'd go with the longer period of time.
Yeah.
If you can without the runoff. And yeah, so you're going to be out there with a flashlight at 1 o'clock in the morning, seeing if you have any runoff. But
That'll be the first time we've been out there at 1 o'clock in the morning.
But yeah, you can start it at 1 o'clock in the morning, run through the whole all zones, and then start over again as soon as you're finished with the first cycle. You don't have to wait hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
all right.
it does depend on whether you have pop-up heads or rotor heads for the length of time. And whether it's sun or shade, too.
Yeah.
The shade, zones are going to dry out a lot slower. But if you have big rotor heads that are shooting 20 to 30 feet, you need to run those. And if you've got, like, big lawn area where you're running them 360, those need to minimally be set to 40 minutes to 45 minutes. Like at some of my
Per cycle or per total?
Total.
Per total. So 20 minutes per cycle.
Yeah. And so like my clients with big open lawn areas, like it's set for 55 minutes runtime on a zone with those big circle rotor heads. So, but pop-ups,
we have rotors.
Yeah.
We have rotors.
Yeah. So
we just switched them all out. I think there's still a couple rotors in a couple small spaces.
Yeah.
And most of our yard is sun. There is an area between the houses that gets shade a lot of the day, but for the most part, it's sun. And so he set them so that they would. We don't have a huge yard, but we did switch over from the pop-ups. They needed to be replaced, so we went to those. So most, I don't, it's not going 40 feet. It's probably going 20 feet.
yeah, that's
For
still
the size
good.
of our yard.
So then, I would say anywhere from total time 40 minutes up until in the deep summer when it starts to get hot, you'll probably want to run those zones for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just break that number into two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Some clocks have a cycle soak
Function.
too.
Yeah.
So you could set it for the total time and then just have that cycle soak button clicked.
we have an older clock, so
Sure.
I'm doubting that that's there, but we'll check.
Okay.
So, all right. So, but the reason that you want to run it close together is to get a deep soak, and the purpose of that is to get the roots deeper. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I have been questioned by my husband, so I want to make sure I have the right answer.
Yeah.
You can always go on Facebook and replay this back to him.
Good. Yeah, I love it, Devon. He takes care of the yard and the trees, and I'm the gardener. And poor Pat, I have purchased some plants that are on my deck. It's a covered deck, and we have them on a shelving unit out there right up next to the house. So the ones I bought, I think, will be okay next week, even with the low temperatures. Probably should sheet them, huh?
Wouldn't hurt.
Wouldn't hurt. I would do it just to
Okay.
be careful.
Okay. What about Boston ferns? I bought my Boston ferns this last week, and those are just sitting on the deck. Those probably ought to be covered as well?
Covered. If they're mobile, you could just quickly pop them inside. Like if they're still in the hanging basket form.
Yeah.
If you got them just
yeah.
throw them back inside for the night.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, as usual, you guys always have such good information, and I appreciate it very much.
Well,
hey,
thanks.
Have a good day.
I appreciate it, Carol.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, she was talking about the shady areas not drying out as fast. I have a different issue with that because I have my shady areas are caused by big mature trees.
Yeah, mine too.
And they suck the water out of the soil just as fast as sunny areas.
Oh, it does.
So-
I have a dry shade garden too,
Yeah.
because my ginormous ash tree.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, and I've got, like I said, I've got a lot of pine trees, and pine trees are notoriously shallow rooted and very fibrous rooted, and the roots are everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I've really got to watch the soil moisture with the shade loving plants that are planted underneath, like the hostas and the ferns and that sort of thing.
Well, a lot of people think with evergreens like pine trees or spruce trees that they can't grow anything underneath them because of the acidity in the pine needles and spruce needles.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the case at all. The reason that it is difficult to grow underneath a large evergreen tree like that is moisture.
Yeah. And it's very easy to see when we have a rainstorm, or the few times we have a rainstorm or a snow shower. You can look out there and you can see the ground is covered in snow except underneath the pine trees or the spruce trees. And there's no snow there. Well, that means there's no water there.
Yeah.
And that's why people struggle growing things, like you said, under pine trees. The water just isn't there. The needles are great. I leave the needles. They're great mulch.
They really are.
And I don't have any problems with slugs on my hostas and things, and I think it's because of the needles.
Yeah, they don't like the pokiness.
They don't like the pokey pokes, so neither do my fingers, so I always have to wear gloves when I'm working in those areas. But
or kneeling down on them. Oh, my God, that's the worst when you kneel down on a needle.
Oh, you know what I did the other day? I've got a Russian olive tree in the backyard, and every once in a while branches will fall.
Oh.
And I was walking through the backyard and stepped on one of those, and they're thorny, and they went right through my tennis shoe.
Oh. That was painful, I bet.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, oh, my poor dogs.
Oh.
So I have to really keep an eye on those little branches with thorns.
Yeah. Barberries are too.
Yeah.
I hate it when people shear their barberries.
Yeah.
Because then it's really hard to clean up all of those little,
Clippings.
horrible clippings with
Yeah.
all those little needles in them, those thorns.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And then you kneel in them.
Yeah. Barberries look better if you just let them grow natural.
I agree.
I like that shaggy look.
I like it too.
All right, we have a picture up here on our computer screen, trying to decide what that is.
Bell pepper.
Oh, it's a bell pepper.
I cheated. I just read the
I
text.
see. I grew this bell pepper from seed, and good job, because that is a good-looking bell
That's
pepper.
great.
Pat yourself on the back at least 20 times.
I don't know. Maybe I could get some tips from you, because me and peppers, I don't know what I do wrong. I can't grow peppers to save my life.
Well, it's a beauty.
Mine are all like 2 inches tall.
Do I cut the bottom leaves off before planting, and how deep should I plant it? And this is from Matt in Arvada. I've seen some stuff online that says to cut the bottom leaves off your peppers when you plant them. I'm not a big fan of that idea. You're just cutting off an energy source.
Yeah.
And
You've already got a good gap there.
Yeah.
If they were really close to soil level, I might, just because for disease purposes.
Yeah. But no, what I'm looking at, you've got several inches between the bottom leaf and the soil, and you never plant peppers deep.
No.
Always plant them shallow, so that the soil level in the pot is right at the soil level in the garden, or maybe even slightly higher, so that you can mulch.
Technically, when they're little, you can get away with a tiny bit deeper.
Yeah.
They will throw off some roots off of the stem, but you have to be really careful.
That one's too old.
Well, and I just wouldn't, because what happens, and I've made the mistake before, is you can get some stem rot.
Yeah.
It. So.
Tomatoes you can do that with.
100%.
100%.
Tomatillos you can do that with.
Yeah. So, and to some extent, you can do that with squash and cucumbers. They'll root out along the stem if they're young enough plants.
Yeah.
But once they start to develop a more harder, woodier stem, they don't do that. They don't like being planted below ground like that.
No.
So
always plant them at soil level.
When in doubt, don't. Tomatoes are about the only thing I can think of right off the top of my head in the garden that you can do that with.
Yeah, at any age.
At any age.
Those
yes.
little hairy, little furry stems, those make new roots, and it's actually good to plant them deep. It makes a stronger plant.
Well, and I've taken a different tack. Rather than planting them deep, well, I guess it's instead of planting a deep hole, I plant them in a trench.
A horizontal.
A horizontal trench, so that some of the stem is buried in that horizontal trench, and then I stake the end of the plant upright, so that it roots all along that stem underground, because that's where it's warm. Yeah. Now, if you dig a deep hole, you're going to go down into some fairly cold soil, and tomatoes hate that. Yeah, they hate that.
I don't plant huge tomatoes to begin with. My tomato plants are 6 inches at most when I get them in the ground, and so I only am ever putting 2 inches or something into the soil.
Yeah.
So
you shall. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have to take a break. We'll be back and talk to some more people if you call in at 303-477-2473. I've got a couple text messages up here to deal with, so stick tuned, get yourself a nice fresh cup of coffee, and we'll be back to the Garden Wise Show after this on Legends 810.
At DeWitt Company, we have fabrics for every reason, products for every season. With summer gardens just around the corner, now is the time to select DeWitt landscaping fabrics to block and prevent weeds without harmful chemicals. Save time and trouble pulling weeds by installing fabrics for every application under the sun. DeWitt Weed Barrier and Weed Barrier Pro block weeds guaranteed and allows air, water, and nutrients to pass through. The fabric conserves soil moisture and promotes plant growth. New to the lineup, DeWitt Garden Weed Barrier, a biodegradable paper mulch that is perfect for vegetable garden lovers and organic enthusiasts alike. Simply unroll and install before planting, and at the end of the growing season, just rototill it into the soil or throw it into the compost bin. Perfect for annual gardens. DeWitt landscaping products and plant fabrics are the #1 choice of professionals in the lawn and garden industry. DeWitt's high-performance quality products save time and are environmentally safe for the responsible homeowner. You'll find DeWitt products at your favorite independent garden center retailers.
Voles can get into your garden and kill newly planted shrubs or trees by gnawing on the bark, and their systems of tunnels and holes can leave your grass, plants, and bulbs vulnerable to their feeding. You'll know if they're present if you see golf ball-sized holes in your garden or yard. You can stop these voles in their tracks with Vole Scram, a proprietary blend of environmentally safe ingredients that makes this formula much stronger than just using castor oil. This biodegradable formula repels voles by making your shrubs taste bad and by disturbing their digestive process. This also makes their tunnels and holes bad smelling too. Voles are active year-round, so you need a solution that is useful year-round. Vole Scram can be used January through December, and it will not wash off in seasonal rain or snow. Vole Scram is fast-acting, long-lasting, and ecologically safe for your organic garden, and it will not harm animals, plants, or people. Stop voles and prevent damaging tunneling and chewing with Vole Scram Vole Repellent, America's finest granular vole repellent. Epic Repellents offers a 100% money-back guarantee, so tell those voles to scram with Vole Scram Vole Repellent.
Hear that? That could be mice already inside your home. Mice can squeeze through holes as small as a 1/4 inch, then chew through wiring, shred insulation, and contaminate everything they touch. Stop the damage before it starts with Epic Mouse Scram, the natural, humane way to repel mice. Epic Mouse Scram uses powerful scent and taste deterrents to train mice to stay away from your home, garage, attic, basement, shed, even your vehicle's RV or boat. No traps, no poisons, no mess. Just easy-to-use granules and pouches that last up to 30 days, guaranteed. And it's eco-friendly, safe for your family, your pets, and the environment. So why deal with dead mice when you can stop them from coming in at all? Get Epic Mouse Scram today and take back your home the natural way. Epic Mouse Scram. Repel mice, protect your space.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Memorial Day sale. Now through Memorial Day. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. Get up to 30% off all sizes of shade trees, flowering trees, and fruit trees, including aspen, apple, cherry, maple, oak, and more. For example, 3-year-old 7 to 8 foot tall autumn blaze maple trees, only $139.99 each through Memorial Day.
You
Come
take
see.
I-25 to exit 235. then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
All right, here we are back to the Garden Wise Show, and we have lots of stuff to talk about. Sunrise today was at 5:44. Yeah, it was nice.
It is.
And sunset will be at 8:08. We didn't gain that much at the end of the day, but we gained a little extra at the beginning. Day length is 14 hours and 25 minutes.
The mornings have been so lovely.
Oh.
If you're out early in the morning,
Yeah.
we walk the dogs at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's been just ideal.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. ET this last week, evapotranspiration rate. You need to know that.
You do.
Especially this year's with the water issues, 1.5 inches.
Ooh, that's pretty
intense already.
That's pretty substantial.
Yes.
Considering 2 weeks ago it was at 0.85.
Yeah.
It was warm this week,
Very
though.
warm and dry
So the thing that
air.
it just frustrates me so bad about Mother Nature is we can have something like that beautiful snow. We got that heavy wet snow, and we had all that lovely moisture. And then the week after, we have this incredibly hot air, air, and then it just sucks all the moisture out of the soil.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
I had my sprinkler system turned off before that snowstorm.
Good.
And it was off for until, let's see, what was it? Sunday was my day to water, until Sunday. And that was almost 2 weeks without watering.
Yeah.
And I was getting really concerned because of those warm days, but I go out there and sure, the surface of the soil that wasn't mulched was dry, but you go down half an inch, there's plenty of moisture.
Yeah.
So unless you're growing, starting anything from seed, that surface drying isn't so bad.
Yeah.
No,
that's just normal.
I just walk around with my soil knife and I just check here and there and dig down an inch or two. And if it's dry a couple of inches down, then I know, it is time to water. But I was able to go for practically 2 weeks without watering.
I haven't even turned my system on yet.
You stinker.
I know. I have a broken valve main manifold that I need to my valve manifold that I need to replace. So
the cobbler whose children don't have shoes,
and it will be a couple more weeks before it gets fixed, and that's just it. So, but you know what? I mean, I've been doing some hand watering,
of course, yeah.
But I've been hand watering my vegetable garden every day, but I've been hand watering my flower beds just once a week.
Yeah.
In my lawn area, I have a tiny patch of lawn. It's got its death marching orders, but I haven't watered it at all.
Wow.
It's fine. It's
I see a lot of
green.
places that obviously are not watering their lawn areas at all.
Yeah.
And it looks horrible, but you understand what's going on. I just worry about my trees. I want to keep my trees healthy.
100%.
And if they get stressed, locust trees get thyronectria, and that worries me because that's a death sentence.
Yep.
And my pine trees, if they get stressed, are going to get Ips beetle.
Yep. Are you regularly treating your pines?
I'm
for
not,
Ips?
but I'm watching.
Yep.
I did get some safari, and I had a guy over the other day who was saying, look at that on your pine bark there. There's some little holes. And but it didn't. I mean, they were very shallow. They didn't go
into the tree.
Into the tree. But I think I probably should go ahead and treat them.
I would. So in Cherry Hills Village, all of those pines and spruce trees are just getting nailed with beetles.
Really?
And they're dying. If you drive around Cherry Hills, you start to notice it, and it's because that you just need to have them treated every year.
Well, see, the thing is that we're so dry down here. Where those trees grow naturally up in the mountains, they get 3 times the amount of water up there that we do down here.
Yeah.
They're getting 36, 40 inches of moisture up there, where those pines and the spruces even more. And if you do look, when you go up in the mountains, a lot of times if you're by a stream or something like that, the spruce trees are practically in the stream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're on the north side of the hillside. They're not on the south side or the west side. That's where the pines are.
Yeah.
But they get the higher you go in elevation, the more moisture you get, And we just don't have that down here. And that's why spruce trees and pine trees and aspen trees suffer down here if they're not getting regularly watered. And so many people think that, well, it's a needled evergreen, so it's drought tolerant. It doesn't need much water. Well, that's just not the case.
No, I mean, just think what it takes to keep that. You know what it takes to take a vegetable plant or a shrub alive in the ground. Think what it takes to supply and keep alive that ginormous tree. They take advantage of any ounce of water that lands on the ground.
Well, and plus being evergreen, they lose water through those needles 12 months out of the year, whereas deciduous trees are at least dormant for part of the year, and they're not losing water through their branches because they don't have any leaves. So keep that in mind. Spruces and pines need moisture. Except, well, I'm going to make a couple of exceptions. Sure. Bristlecone pines and pinyon pines. Yeah, they do like it dry.
They do, and you can overwater them and kill them via overwatering them.
That, or make them more susceptible to other things like the pinyon borer and things like that. But and branch breakage because the branches are too weak. Yeah.
But it's a lot easier and a lot. It's one of those things. It feels really expensive to treat your evergreen trees. Mm-hmm. It's pricey to have somebody come treat them, and if it's small enough, you can treat yourself. But if they're big trees, you can have a company come out and treat them, and it seems expensive, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper than having to remove that tree.
Oh yeah,
and then plant a new one in its place, and it takes forever. The value on those big, huge, full-grown trees is invaluable.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get out to the phones here. We've got Larry waiting to talk to us out in Parker. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, guys. My rhubarb, it's about, probably 40, 50 years old. And in the last few years, it hasn't really grown very well.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And it's doing the same thing this year. I'm just wondering, what can I do, if anything, besides fertilizing and watering, to get that to grow a little better?
Yeah.
Like
are you feeding now? Or have you been fertilizing them?
What do you mean, other than fertilizing?
Have you been fertilizing them on a regular basis in the past?
No, I haven't. I haven't fertilized them at all, ever.
Okay.
Until this year.
Well, two things I would say is, I've grown rhubarb. I don't eat it. I don't like it, but I love the look of it, and it's a nostalgic plant for me. But they're heavy feeders. They're just little pigs. And so I would regularly feed them with a fairly high nitrogen. You could even use lawn food to spread around the plant, out a couple of feet from the base, a couple of feet on out in that whole area, that whole circle. Sprinkle some lawn food lightly and water it in, and do that once a month, and that will help promote more leaf growth, which is what you're after.
Yeah.
But a 50-year-old rhubarb is probably ready to be rejuvenated.
Yeah.
And thrown away? Or?
No.
No, absolutely not.
You wanna go over that?
Sure.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't have to, because they can live hundreds of years.
Yes.
In fact, I have a clump of my grandmother's rhubarb, which she then brought from the farm into the city when she moved into the city long ago. And so, like back in the 50s. So rhubarb, to rejuvenate it, you just need to dig up a chunk of it and lift it, and then re-prep the soil by adding compost. Just amend the soil and then replanting it, a chunk of that rhubarb chunk, and just doing that will rejuvenate it. In fact, I call my rhubarb plant Grandma Rhubarb, and she kind of did that on her own this last year.
Oh, yeah?
The main good chunk of it died on my plant this year, and I thought I'd lost my rhubarb plant, and I about had a heart attack. But 2 side shoots started branching up, and and so this fall I'll probably, dig it up. Spring's a great time, but fall you can do it too. I'll probably dig it up, amend that soil really well, and put her back in.
Yeah.
So I could do that now.
Yeah, and you could make new plants out of it too. So in your one rhubarb clump, you can make a bunch of rhubarb plants.
You can divide it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can, just like iris.
Yeah, just like iris and daylilies and other perennials. You want to have, a couple of growing points attached to the main root system. But it'll pretty much show you where to divide it. Once you dig it up, you'll be able to see where the natural divisions are, and you'll be able to chunk it out and replant it. But like Devon said, the soil needs to be revitalized with compost and some well-rotted manure. They love that. Dig nice and deep. Try to get a foot or more deep into the ground with your soil preparation, and maybe a 2-foot wide hole that you prepare, with the new soil, and then replant. And you can, if you do it now, you probably won't get much of a harvest this year. I probably wouldn't encourage you to do any harvesting on it this year. Let it rebuild its strength. Do you have more than one clump?
Well, yeah, I do.
So you could do one this. You could do one this year, and then keep harvesting off of the older one that you don't dig up, and then do the second one or whatever the next year, and just cycle it through that way.
Would you do it right now, or would you wait till the fall?
I'd do it now.
You do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
And this has been growing in a rock section of our backyard. So I'm going to have to move a bunch of rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are such tough plants.
Is there fabric underneath that rock?
No, I think there's probably plastic.
Oh.
Okay, so when you pull that rock back, pull it back a good make at least a 3-foot or 4-foot diameter circle of no rock, and then cut out any plastic or fabric that's there. So that, because that plastic is preventing moisture from getting down to the root system of that rhubarb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me just a second.
Yeah. Sounds like we've made you quite the quite the task list maybe for this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. But Larry, I need to put you on hold for a second. We're gonna take a break. We'll come right back to you. Okay? This is the Garden Wise Show on Legends 810.
It's like the difference between soft, gentle rain and a monsoon. That's how I compare the effect of a dram rain wand on plants to the hard blast of a typical spray nozzle attachment to your garden hose. Water flows through 400 tiny holes in the dram rain wand's soft shower nozzle to bathe and refresh your plants, not damage them or wash away soil. Its handy-reach handle has a 60-degree bend and conveniently extends to more distant garden rows and hanging baskets. And there's a fingertip shutoff valve. No wonder professional growers in the greenhouses and nurseries use dram watering tools. Today, there are imitators, but nothing matches the superior quality of the original, invented over 50 years ago. They're simply the best. Dram watering tools are available at Tagawa Gardens in Centennial, Nick's Garden Center in Aurora, and Jared's Garden Center in Littleton.
Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Head to Wilmore Nursery, voted Littleton's best garden center for 2025 and proudly celebrating 140 years of locally family-owned tradition. Wilmore is bursting with color and savings. Take home a stunning 10-inch hanging basket, full, blooming, and gorgeous for just $29.88. Regularly $49.99. Thousands to choose from. And even more beauty with 4-inch pink pot annuals, only $5.88. With fresh weekly deliveries keeping everything vibrant and full. Looking for something unique? Check out their citrus plants or explore tons of drought-tolerant annuals, perennials, trees, and shrubs. Perfect for Colorado living. Wilmore also makes it easy with planting and delivery services for trees and shrubs. Plus, you'll find tomato plants, herb plants, hummingbird feeders, and nectar to bring your garden to life.
Celebrate mom with something that grows and blooms from the heart at Wilmore Nursery. Visit them at 711 East County Line Road in Littleton. Open Monday through Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 5. Wilmore Nursery, 140 years of growing with you.
May is here, and there's no better time to get growing at the Gardens at Highlands Ranch. Family owned and operated, the Gardens at Highlands Ranch is your neighborhood garden center and nursery, where something new is always blooming. Fresh products are arriving daily. Bright, colorful annuals, hardy perennials, fresh veggies and herbs ready for your garden, plus stunning flowering trees, shrubs, evergreens, and roses to bring your yard to life this season. Whether you're planting a few pots or transforming your entire landscape, their friendly, knowledgeable team is ready to help every step of the way. And with convenient planting services available, creating your dream yard has never been easier. Be sure to stop in and check out their in-store sale items while supplies last. The Gardens at Highlands Ranch, your one-stop shop for all your gardening needs. Visit them at 9542 South University Boulevard in Highlands Ranch. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 5.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Memorial Day sale. Now through Memorial Day, the Tree Farm has been family owned and cared for since 1980. Now get 25% off all sizes of flowering shrubs, including lilac, spirea, butterfly bush, and more. For example, 3-year-old bloomerang dark purple lilac, now just $74.96 each. Now through Memorial Day. Come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show. Larry, you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I think if you go to some trouble, can we get rid of the music? Thank you.
Sorry, Larry.
I think if you go to the if you go to the extra trouble that we've described for you, it's going to be some difficult, back-breaking work, but you know that'll last you for the
next 50 years.
The next 50 years, exactly. And,
maybe not that long, but
and you'll be amazed at how much growth those plants will put on.
Yeah. Usually, when you mix compost into soil, it's about a third compost to 2/3 your existing soil.
Yeah.
You could probably even go almost a little heavier than that if you wanted
Or
to.
add some extra. I like the well-rotted, like cow manure or something like that, to go in the ground with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and feed them. Oh my gosh, they're such hungry plants, and they're thirsty plants. They like moisture.
I'm gonna go home and feed
Okay.
my
Okay.
now.
Well, these came from Indiana 50 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And I put them on the west side of the house.
Uh-huh.
And I know they live in full sun.
Sure.
Well, but they've always grown here. So.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll try those things and see what I can come up with.
Yeah, I mean, just do one clump this year, and then make sure you're feeding the ones that you're not digging up, and then do those. Just cycle through so you don't do them all in one year.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Love the show.
Well, thanks, Larry.
And
Appreciate you calling in.
appreciate your help.
You bet.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.
All right, we have a question on text message over here. It says, "Good morning. Could you go over the advantage of Revive versus a solution of Dawn dishwashing soap as a surfactant for watering or for water absorption?" And I think of dishwashing soap as more of a spreader sticker that you would add to an insecticide or some kind of pesticide to make it stick to the surface and spread out. Not so much as a soil surfactant. And Revive has a lot of stuff in it that is beneficial, not just the surfactant part of it, but it has humic acids and lignins and enzymes and iron and all sorts of other really beneficial stuff that makes Revive work better than just using some dishwashing soap.
Yeah.
And you've got to be careful with dishwashing soap too, because a lot of those things have extra stuff in them, as detergents and so forth that have, I want to say chemicals, but elements of the soap that you really don't want in your yard.
That aren't natural, that aren't organic.
Right.
So not organic meaning organic, certified organic, but like organic in nature.
Right.
Like it's not.
It could be harmful.
Yeah. Well, and I think of it too as I mean, you can make a homemade insecticidal soap using dish soap. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to put like that on my lawn. Your lawn it's full of life and
Yeah.
got lots of beneficial things in there. I'm not sure if it would act like an insecticidal soap, but I would be hesitant because of that.
You know, I'm a better living through chemistry kind of guy, but I don't like home recipes.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. You just don't know. When you start mixing things that are
Mouthwash
and beer and vinegar and, fox spit and whatever, you don't know how those chemicals are going to react together and what you're going to end up with, and you might have the wrong proportions or you might be too strong. And I just prefer to use products that are made for the use I'm going to use it for.
Yeah. There's a lot of science that went in to create those products.
There is exactly that. And so, no, I'm just not a home remedy kind of guy.
Accidentally create mustard gas.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it can be dangerous, not only to the plants, but it can be dangerous to the soil. It can be dangerous to you.
Yeah.
You know, the horticultural vinegar that's out there for a weed killer. You
have to be so careful with that.
That is an acid, people.
And at a 30% or 50% strength, you have to be really careful, because if you breathe that in, that can damage your lungs.
It can damage your lungs. It can damage your skin.
If you get that in your eyes.
Hurt your eyes, exactly. Because the vinegar that you use for cooking is like a 3% or 5%.
3 or 5%.
Yeah. You know, but the horticultural vinegar is at least 25 to 30% concentrate, and it's organic, but it doesn't make it necessarily safe. Rotenone is an organic insecticide, and it was one of the most toxic organic insecticides on the market. In fact, I don't even know if you can buy it anymore.
I don't think you can. It has an LD50 of 150, but the same thing. I mean, nicotine was used a long time for an insecticide.
Mm-hmm.
But my neighbor sprayed the horticultural vinegar, and I went out there just out of my house, my front door, while she was using it.
Mm-hmm.
And from 100 feet away, I could feel the burn from it.
Yeah.
So, you have to be really, and it just burns the top of the foliage. It doesn't kill the root.
It doesn't, no.
So.
No, it doesn't at all. Let's see here. Let's go see what Mary's up to real quick before we get to the top of the hour. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning. We're only allowed to water 12 minutes a zone twice a week. And my question is, if you fertilize, are you just stressing your plants?
Well, that's a really good question, Mary.
It is.
I don't understand the 12 minutes. I mean, why bother at that point? But
and that's in North Glen?
Right.
I personally, I would cheat, but that's just me. I would fertilize less. I would probably fertilize at half the rate, so that you're not promoting a lot of top growth that 12 minutes can't support.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I could see maybe watering 12 minutes 2 times twice a week per zone. But 12 minutes per zone,
that's not enough to do
twice
anything.
A week? That is just nothing at all.
No.
We can do it twice a week. But
that's still nothing.
Yeah. When I water twice a week, I'm watering 45 minutes minimum per zone.
Yeah.
Well, they check how much water we use, and if we use too much, we get a fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think all the cities are looking into doing that.
They're charging extra above the tiered pricing.
Yeah, and I think you can if you're caught using it in off days and things like that. You can incur a separate fine. And I think Denver Waters is $150 per occurrence.
No, is that
for
right?
the first occurrence? Yeah, I mean it's.
They don't warn you; they just fine you immediately, huh? You don't get a warning.
And people are like, oh, how are they going to know? They're not going to know. I see a Denver water cart at least once a day.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that, Mary. This music means that we've got to get off the air to take a break. But I would fertilize only half as much.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. You are listening to the Garden Wise Show. We're getting ready to go to our second hour. We'll be here till 9 o'clock, me and Devon. And we want to answer your gardening questions. And it's going to be an interesting year this year. So let's get prepared and deal with this low water situation. So stick tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes after this top of the hour break here on the Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
You're listening to Legends Radio, KLVZ, 810 AM and HD, Brighton, Denver. KLVZ FM 94.3 and 95.3. Streaming at legends953.com.
Welcome to the Garden Wise Show with Colorado's most knowledgeable and entertaining garden experts with host Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy. Get ready for gardening tips that you can use right now. New plants, hot products, and the latest from horticultural science. The phone lines are open, so call into the Legend Studio now. 303-477-2473. That's 303-477-2473. Or text your questions and photos to 303-477-5600. That's 303-477-5600. On the air since 1994, Keith and his guests have been answering your questions about gardening in the high-altitude desert of the Colorado Front Range. And now, here's your host, Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show, and we'd love to hear your questions, so you can give us a call here at 303-477-2473, and we can talk. A little coffee talk. I've got a few text messages here. You can also text message us at 303-477-5600. And let's see, what else we got going here? So Rob sent us a text message. Good morning, happy Saturday. I'm looking to reseed my lawn, but I'm not well versed in the various options. Can you talk through each of the major options, pros and cons, care needs, which is best for a long-lasting barefoot-worthy lawn? I like that. Also, if you can briefly outline the process for application and how to get the best results, that would be great. We are starting to see both quack grass and crabgrass in this area. So those are going to have to be taken care of before you seed.
Yeah.
Especially the quack grass, you'll have to dig that out because it'll just come back on you, and it'll colonize and take over areas, and you'll need to dig that out, and don't leave any of the little root particles behind because they'll resprout. The crabgrass I'm not so concerned about. It's an annual. It dies out every winter and comes back from seed. But reseeding now is fine. I don't know what kind of soil preparation you've done or what you're starting with, but hopefully maybe you're starting with just bare soil.
Yeah.
And if it's been tilled and added some organic matter to the soil, that will be helpful.
Yep.
And if you've done that, I'd water it a couple of times before you seed it so that the soil settles and you can find any low spots that might have been created in that whole process and re-level it before you seed. Put your seed on top. If it's going to be bluegrass or some kind of cool season grass, fescue, perennial rye, bluegrass, or a mixture of all three, you want to keep it near the surface at about, about 4 to 5 pounds per thousand?
Yeah.
Okay, 4 to 5 pounds per thousand square feet of seed. Don't put too much seed down.
Nope.
That's the biggest mistake people make.
Yep.
That's too much competition when that seed germinates, and none of it will be happy.
No.
So stick with the 4 to 5, 6 pounds per thousand square feet, and don't bury it. Don't cover it with compost. Don't cover it with topsoil. You can put some straw mulch down.
Yep.
That will work just fine. You can put a seed guard fabric over the top, which is a real fine white fabric that you can practically see through.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Floating
And-
row cover is another
yeah.
name for it.
And you can put that down over the surface if you're worried about birds, and the water will go right through it, and the sun will go right through it. So your seed will germinate, and it warms the soil a little bit, so things will come up a little faster.
Yep.
But you have to keep that soil surface moist at all times, which may mean 2 to 3 waterings every day.
Morning, noon, and then in the evening. And we're not talking a deep water. We're talking surface level water. So 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, at the
for
most.
watering.
Yeah. And bluegrass typically takes about 21 days to come up.
Yeah.
Now, fescue and perennial ryegrass will come up much more quickly. And what I usually see is a mixture of bluegrass and perennial rye.
Yep.
Because the perennial rye comes up really quickly and gives you this visual that, yes, it's working, we're happy. And then the bluegrass comes up a little bit later.
I consider perennial ryegrass like a nurse grass.
Yeah.
Like it comes up first, and then it just helps the bluegrass then come up. And it's a short-lived grass, the perennial ryegrass. So then your bluegrass gets established and eventually takes over.
You could also look at a turf-type tall fescue
Certainly.
lawn, and that's usually not mixed with anything else. Sometimes there might be a little bluegrass in it, but the turf-type tall fescues have a much deeper root system. They're really vigorous. They grow quickly. A little coarser texture to them than a bluegrass lawn. But the drawback to a fescue lawn is that if we have to stop watering altogether this summer, bluegrass will go dormant.
Yeah.
And not die. Fescue will die.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that ability to go dormant and then come back later when we get some more moisture.
Yeah.
So that is a drawback, and
it's a little bit more drought tolerant
in a normal year.
in a normal year overall.
Mhm.
But if like you said, and we need to start thinking about that though. There's going to be potential years or moments when they're going to be like, you can't water.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen.
Sure.
So,
Because they just keep issuing water taps as fast as they can, like it's candy.
Yeah.
And the reserves are not there. We don't have the. Well, never mind. It's a whole different conversation.
That's a whole different conversation.
And it bothers me to think of all the water that we're exporting out in bottles of beer and Pepsi and bottled water and that sort of thing that we're exporting out all over the country. That's our water. Keep it here.
Yeah.
But no, it's a profit, so we have to send it out in bottles and cans.
Yeah.
But that's kind of irritating to me. But it is what it is.
So, yeah, we went through all of the
If you're going to put in a buffalo grass or a buffalo grass or blue grama, those are some very drought-tolerant grasses that will go dormant and come back with moisture. But those are warm season grasses. You'll want to wait until probably early June to do the seeding on that. Same issues apply. Don't cover just rake it lightly into the soil so it's not buried, and keep it moist, and it'll come up and create a lawn that way.
It is not a barefoot-worthy lawn, though. I wouldn't say it's a cozy, lush lawn that you want to hang out with in your bare feet, because that was part of the text message.
Yeah.
A long-lasting barefoot-worthy lawn.
Well, we had buffalo grass when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yes. My dad seeded one whole side of the house with buffalo grass.
Nice.
And it came up and it grew beautifully, and it's one of those crawling grasses that travels across the surface of the soil with these runners and colonizes an area. But it has virtually no wear tolerance. I mean, it was the football field of the neighborhood, and we wore that grass out.
Yeah. And you don't have to, it doesn't get as tall, you don't have to mow it as often.
Right.
But it's a warm season grass, so late in the summer it wants to go dormant.
And early, it doesn't green up early. It greens up late.
Yeah.
And to me, it has kind of a bluish green color to it.
Yeah, like a kind of a grayishy.
Yeah. And then there's the dog tuff.
Oh yeah, now that's a bit barefoot worthy.
That's barefoot worthy, and that you have to buy that as plugs.
Yeah.
They're usually in a plug tray of about 80 plugs in a tray, and you just plop them in the ground. I'd put them probably on 10-inch or 1-foot centers, depending on how patient you are for it to fill in, and that will colonize the area. And you mow that very little, and it's very drought tolerant. But I think there's a better one out now called Tahoma.
Oh, tell me. I don't know about Tahoma.
Tahoma is another one. These are hybrid Bermuda grass.
Yeah.
Hybrids. And so again, greens up late, browns out early when it gets cool, but takes the heat. It stays low. It grows horizontally and colonizes the lawn. So you could maybe kill out your bluegrass lawn with some Roundup or something and leave it in place and just plug your new grass into the existing lawn, and that'll act as a mulch for you while your new dog tuff or Tahoma takes over.
Yeah. Now, one thing about dog tuff, I don't know about Tahoma. I'm gonna guess it's similar. It doesn't like shade.
No, it doesn't like shade, and it doesn't like. Don't let it get real tall before you mow it, because that can cause some issues there too. So if you do need to mow it while it's still fairly short.
Yeah, mow it more regularly, but this isn't like once a week mowing.
No, it's maybe once a month.
Yeah.
Kind of like zoysia was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, we had all kinds of stuff. We had clover in the backyard, buffalo grass in the side yard, and zoysia grass in the front yard. I don't know what my parents were thinking.
They had it all over the place. They were all over the place with their stuff.
The clover got taken out because of the flowers and the bees, and we couldn't play in the backyard because of that. And the buffalo grass got taken out because that's where we could play, and we wore it out. And the zoysia grass took over everything. And Dad had to dig a trench around the house. And he filled it with cement. He went down 1.5 feet deep with this trench that's a brick wide, and filled it with cement and topped it off with bricks that were above ground to keep the zoysia grass from growing into the shrubs and the flower beds and the vegetable garden. Because we used to joke, don't stand too long in one spot in the front yard or the zoysia grass will get you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was quite a job for him.
Oh man, it was something else. It was a great lawn. I mean, you could not put a hole in it. It choked out Bermuda grass. It choked out bindweed. It choked out everything. And
it's also a warm season grass.
It's also a warm season grass, and not really all that hardy here. So I shouldn't give it all that much time, but
no.
It was a personal story.
I love it. I love hearing these little stories.
Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, Rob. And if not, send us another text with more questions.
Yeah.
Let's see, where are we at? We can answer another one here. And this is from Amy. Hi, Keith and Devon. I am planting a shade garden this year. I need to find 1 to 2 small trees to help create shady areas for hostas and other low-light plants. One location is in northwest corner of the yard and gets morning shade but hot, intense sun second half of the day. It's going to be hard to make a shade garden there.
Yeah.
You probably have to plant the trees first and let them develop the shade before you plant the shade garden underneath them.
Yeah.
Second location is in the center of the yard and gets full sun. Can you recommend some good options? Well, options for the trees, it's going to be something that's going to have to be fast growing and produces shade fairly quickly.
I would almost go for a maple.
Yeah, you could go with a maple. That would get pretty good size.
Something like Red Point or something.
I like Red Point.
So do I.
Yeah.
So something, or I guess they're not as super fast. I was going to say one of the Grandad Tatums, but they don't grow. They don't grow as fast.
Maybe Hot Wings.
Hot Wings?
That's a fast grower.
That's a fast
Hot
grower.
Wings maple. Or you could look at something more ornamental like a Newport plum. There's Thundercloud.
But in a sun
Crowder.
area, I don't know if those would be big enough to create a shade garden.
Well, you'd plant more than one.
Yeah, you'd
Maybe
have
plant
to.
a cluster of them.
Yeah.
Some people will say, what are you talking about? But, a cluster of aspen trees. That would give you dappled shade. It wouldn't be real dense shade, so you could grow more variety of things under it. But it seems to me that you're going to have to plant the trees first to create the shade over the next few years before you plant the shade plants.
Yeah, and really you probably still have a full sun, both of those locations, a full sun garden, so you might be planting plants in there around those trees that are full sun and then eventually transition it into a shade garden.
Yeah.
If you want it to be a garden.
Right away. Yeah. Yeah, usually you start with you plant a shade garden in an existing shade area.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're going to have to create the shade first.
And it's going to take a few years.
It will. It absolutely will.
Yep.
So there are plants that will tolerate anywhere from full sun to full shade that will never have to be transitioned out. I find that coral bells will take full sun to full shade.
Ladies' mantle?
Ladies' mantle. Anemones. The fall anemones will take
fall anemones,
both. What else do I have that'll take both? Daphne.
Daphne will do both?
Carol Mackey Daphne, I've grown it in full sun. I've got it in full shade. It's gorgeous in full shade, too.
Yeah, I have mine in full shade.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always surprised because it's full shade. I'm always surprised.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of what else you could look at doing that would tolerate multiple exposures. Some of the columbines will do that.
The canadensis. Canadensis, the red and yellow one.
So yeah, you can look for those sorts of things in the nursery. Go to a reputable garden center rather than a big box store, and tell them what your situation is, that you're going to be transitioning from a sun garden while the trees mature into a shade garden, and what will transition into those different scenarios without having to be moved. I definitely wouldn't plant a peony. You'll have to move it later.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, so hopefully that helps. And we've got to take a break, so we'll be right back after this quick message here on the Garden Wise Show on Legends 810.
We've thawed from the winter chill, and now it's time to read up on the best products to control beetles and grubs in your yards and gardens. There's a couple of products that give a 1-2 punch to those grubs and beetles.
Now that temperatures have risen, the grubs are becoming active again in your lawns and gardens. Make sure you use safe, high-performing products like Grub Gone and Beetle Gone, so you, your kids, and pets can safely enjoy your yard without sharing it with beetles and grubs.
Grub Gone can be applied to turf to control grubs, reduce turf damage, and lessen the impact that beetles will have on your yard in the summer. Plus, it's easy to use. Just apply with any commercial spreader and irrigate into the soil. Grub Gone is a biological product that specifically targets grubs without harming soil beneficials.
And use Beetle Gone in your garden soil to control grubs, or later in summer on your roses and other ornamentals or fruiting plants to control beetle invaders without harming bees, ladybugs, or butterflies. Find out more at BeetleGone.com.
You'll find Grub Gone and Beetle Gone at your local independent garden center. And as always, tell them the Garden Wise guy sent you.
May is here, and at Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center, we're ready for planting season. Hopefully the roller coaster weather is behind us, but it's still wise to be ready to cover your plants in case Mother Nature slaps us, especially for our mountain customers dealing with colder nights. Jared's is fully stocked with beautiful annuals, perennials, herbs, veggies, and hanging baskets. And if you're ready to get planting, you'll be amazed by the color and variety. Most of it's locally grown. Our friendly, experienced staff is here to help you choose the right plants and know which ones may need a little extra care over the next few weeks. Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Jared's has you covered with stunning hanging baskets, patio pots, potted roses, and even gloves, hats, and tools for the gardening mom. Don't miss one of the best gift shops around, full of unique finds at great prices. Whether you're planting a veggie garden, refreshing your landscaping, or adding trees and shrubs, Jared's is your go-to resource. If you've got questions, we've got answers. From gifts and tools to fountains, statuary, and bulk materials like mulch, compost, soil, and rock, you'll find it all at Jared's. Family-owned and serving the community for 48 years. Visit Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center at 10500 West Bowles Avenue in Littleton. Open 9 to 6 weekdays and 9 to 5 weekends. We look forward to seeing you soon.
It's spring again, which means Plum Creek Garden Market is back with 5 locations along the Front Range, including a new location in Centennial just south of the IKEA. With over 1,000 varieties of high quality, locally grown flowers and plants, there's nowhere better to shop if you want the best for your garden. This year, Plum Creek has also greatly expanded their selection of native perennials and grasses to help gardeners deal with water restrictions throughout the Denver metro area. Combined with the other xeric and plant select varieties they carry, it's easier than ever to plant a beautiful and colorful low-water garden. If you need advice or recommendations, just ask any of the local gardening experts they have on staff, who are beloved in their communities. In the Know gardeners will snap up Plum Creek's inventory before you know it. So shop while you can in May and June. Markets are open daily in Centennial, Erie, Littleton, Greenwood Village, and Castle Rock. Visit plumcreekgardenmarket.com to learn more.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Memorial Day sale. Now through Memorial Day. Save on thousands of trees, shrubs, perennials, vines, berries, and more. Now get up to 30% off all sizes of pine, spruce, fir, and upright juniper trees, including 6-year-old 5.5 to 6 foot tall Austrian pine trees. Now only $219.99 each. Now through Memorial Day. Come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show. We could use your telephone calls right now. The lines are empty. Don't wait until the very last minute. We have to rush the call that way. 303-477-2473 is the telephone number to call. 303-477-2473. And by the way, I'm going to be on the Garden Conservancy garden tour this year again, my yard, and that's going to be June 13th, which is a Saturday, and you need a ticket to come to it. So you can go to check our website, gardenwiseguy.com. Yep. You can check our Facebook page; it's pinned there. How to get to the sign up area to get a ticket to come to the tour. We usually have about 100 people come through the yard. It's sort of an open house, open yard. From 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. You can come and go as you please. And I'll be there. I've been planting up a bunch of volunteers out of my own garden to have there. And you can win a ticket today if you'd like to go to my website, gardenwiseguy.com, sign up for the newsletter. And those of you who do that today, you'll be in a drawing for a free ticket to the tour.
Your little plant extras that you pot up and sell, that alone is worth it. I have gotten, over the years, so many unusual and cool plants that you can't pick up at a general garden center out of your yard.
Yeah.
And like some of my favorite plants in my yard are from your garden. So like
thank you.
That wild ginger.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I don't think I could get enough of that little plant. It's such a cool plant. And so he's going to have them for sale and very reasonably priced.
Yeah, I do sell them pretty cheap.
Yeah. But I got one of those.
Yeah.
What's the plant? I can never remember it. It's like the Chinese little lantern plant or the pagoda plant. Chinese pagoda plant. You got from Peyote.
Okay.
And it puts up those little flower heads.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's an arum.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it now.
Me neither. I thought it was I thought pagoda was in it. Anyways, well, yeah.
It's a cute little thing.
But
it looks tropical.
It does, and it comes up late in the season.
Yeah, mine's just now
showing up in my yard. But I've gotten some great plants from you. So hey, it's that in itself. Keith's garden is spectacular.
Oh well, thank you.
It's such a treasure to be able to walk through.
Well, this is the first year it's been open in June, in the middle of June, and so in past years it's been July and August, and so June is a whole different look.
Yeah.
It's a whole different palette of plants.
Yeah. And you had one really early one year in May.
Yeah, that was too early.
Way too early. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see what we got here. What is the best way to get rid of this lawn, or get rid of this weed in my lawn? And I'm looking at, I see grass. That's quackgrass.
That's quackgrass.
That's quackgrass, yeah.
Maybe that's, yeah.
Yeah. That is a weed. Oh. It's really difficult to kill. There's nothing that will kill it and not kill your lawn.
Yeah.
So you either have to embrace it,
and be thankful that it's green,
or you'll have to kill it with some kind of a non-selective weed killer like Roundup.
Mm-hmm. Or Killzall.
And
that'll kill your lawn, so you don't want to go willy-nilly with it everywhere.
You just have to spot treat. And then once it's dead, and you need to make sure it's dead.
And might need a couple treatments.
Yeah. Then you can patch the area. You can try to dig it up. If it's a small enough patch, you might be able to dig it up. But it has all these little white rhizomes under the ground that cause it to spread everywhere. And if you leave any pieces of that, it'll come back.
Yeah,
So
it's
you've got to be
a
real good about it.
bugger.
Yeah. But fortunately, it's not really deep rooted. So if you can get the top 6 inches out of there,
Yeah.
you'll probably do all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, quackgrass is, it's a pain. And sometimes it's very difficult to tell between that and tall fescue.
Yeah. You know what a trick is if you haven't mowed it off and you've got long, full leaves, at the tip of quackgrass, very tip, so you've got the blade of grass and then it goes to a point. About maybe a half an inch to up to an inch below that tip, it puckers.
Oh.
There's a pinch.
Okay.
In the blade, it just tucks in. It's like a pin
Yeah.
tuck. It
Okay.
pinches. And that's how you identify it.
Now, the way I identify it is I take the same stalk and I go down to where that blade of grass attaches to the stalk, and there's these 2 little arms that wrap around the stalk.
Yeah.
They're called clasping ligules.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that term.
I know, we're such nerds.
Yeah. and fescue doesn't have that.
Nope.
So quackgrass is the only one that does, and it has these the 2 little arms that are hugging the stem where the blade of grass attaches to the stalk, and that. But just pulling it up and seeing it spreading underground with those rhizomes, that's the best way to identify it.
I can identify it from roots in a heartbeat just as
Yeah.
fast as anything else because it has such a specific white root
Yeah.
structure. And
Yeah.
oh my God, that little.
It's the devil grass.
Such a pain.
It's the devil grass.
I know.
It's as bad as bindweed.
I will take it over bindweed and I will take it over that stupid campanula.
Oh,
Campanula
especially that.
varieties.
Yeah, the Denver bluebell.
I hate that stupid.
I hate that thing too. Let's see here. We got Fred on the line out in Lakewood. Good morning, Fred.
Hello, Keith. How are you folks?
Good. What's going on with you?
Oh, just wondering now, we're really restricted on the amount of water we can apply.
Yeah.
How does that affect the amount of fertilizer a person should apply to keep their grass alive for next year?
I'd reduce it, wouldn't you,
I would.
Devon?
I would, and I'd make sure I'd be using a slow release fertilizer, like an organic fertilizer.
I use nothing but Pro-Rich.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's all right. You can put it on a little lighter rate if you want to.
You want to do it as frequently as you have been.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to stress the grass out by starving it, but you can put it down at maybe 3/4 to half the rate.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that.
Say hi to Beth for me.
I'll do it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Fred.
All right, let's see. What else we got going on here? Open lines, 303-477-2473. You can get to us quite easily that way. And let's see, Montalee. Let's see, I'd like to grow elephant ears in a pot. What size pot should I use? I got a tip the other day from my barber.
No. I want to hear it now. I'm
Okay, about
excited.
elephant ears.
I'm braced. I'm ready. Give it.
They sell the bulbs as food at Asian markets.
No, did I ever? I had this whole conversation. It's taro, and like arrowroot is the other one. So if you
And ginger.
and cassava, so cassava flour,
Mm-hmm.
like that you use, or because I'm gluten free, so like Siete, the brand Siete makes like tortilla chips out of cassava flour
Okay.
and taco shells. That's elephant ear root.
Well, you can go to these Asian markets, and there's just piles of these big elephant ear bulbs, and I guess they call them taro.
Taro, yeah.
Taro, yeah.
I don't know.
People make poi out of it or something. Anyway, get those.
And they're cheap.
They're cheap.
For-
They're cheap and they're huge, and I would start them probably in a 1 or a 2 gallon pot.
Yeah.
Don't go big right off the bat, and bury it almost all the way. Leave maybe a third of it above ground, and keep it a little on the moist side in a warm spot. They like warmth, and they'll sprout pretty quickly.
They will. Now, in that 2 gallon pot, this is also a question for me. Would you plant a couple of them to get a big bushy clump right away? No. just one.
I'd plant them separately, and then if you want a big bushy clump, once they've filled those pots with roots, and you're ready to move them up to the next size, then plant 2 or 3 in a bigger pot.
Gotcha.
And that way you get a nice big bushy plant.
Yeah.
And I have a story to tell you after we take this break, because I want to tell you my success story with overwintering elephant ears this year that I did differently than I ever have.
Okay, I have one too. So
All right.
good.
All right, we'll be back after this break in just a second here on the Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
Rabbits can destroy your garden year-round, and the telltale signs of rabbit activity in your garden are distinctive tracks, pea-sized round droppings, gnaw marks 1 to 2 feet above the ground on trees and shrubs, and plant stems that look like they were sheared with a blade. Rabbit Scram by Epic Repellents trains rabbits to stay away from your garden. It quickly establishes a band of protection around your plants and gardens that won't wash off in the rain. Rabbit Scram stimulates a strong fear-based response, which works by emitting an odor that rabbits associate with dead kin, and it repels them before they nibble on plants and begin browsing through your garden. Rabbit Scram is also environmentally safe. It won't harm animals, plants, or people, and is ideal for all organic gardens. Remember, rabbits are active all season long, so stop or prevent rabbit damage in your landscape with Rabbit Scram Rabbit Repellent, America's finest granular rabbit repellent. It works so well that Epic Repellents offers a full 100% money-back guarantee. So tell those rabbits to scram with Rabbit Scram by Epic Repellents.
Spring planting time is here, and Nick's Garden Center is ready with an unbelievable selection of top quality plant material and garden accessories. Whether it's a new landscape project you're starting or just sprucing up the yard, Nick's Garden Center is a must-see. Our 10-acre garden center and landscape center is filled with trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals, herbs, roses, hanging baskets, soils, mulches, stationery, fountains, pottery, garden decor, papers, sod, and water garden supplies. Don't forget, Nick's Garden Center is your xeriscape headquarters. We have an unbelievable selection of plants that are drought tolerant. We at Nick's Garden Center will help you create that beautiful outdoor living environment you've dreamed of. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to assist you. For all your landscaping and garden needs, visit Nick's Garden Center, celebrating 39 years. Located 2 blocks north of Iliff on Chambers Road in Aurora. Also visit us at nicksgardencenter.com.
Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Head to Wilmore Nursery, voted Littleton's best garden center for 2025 and proudly celebrating 140 years of locally family-owned tradition. Wilmore is bursting with color and savings. Take home a stunning 10-inch hanging basket, full, blooming, and gorgeous for just $29.88. Regularly $49.99. Thousands to choose from. And even more beauty with 4-inch pink pot annuals, only $5.88. With fresh weekly deliveries keeping everything vibrant and full. Looking for something unique? Check out their citrus plants or explore tons of drought-tolerant annuals, perennials, trees, and shrubs. Perfect for Colorado living. Wilmore also makes it easy with planting and delivery services for trees and shrubs. Plus, you'll find tomato plants, herb plants, hummingbird feeders, and nectar to bring your garden to life. Celebrate Mom with something that grows and blooms from the heart at Wilmore Nursery. Visit them at 711 East County Line Road in Littleton, open Monday through Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 5. Wilmore Nursery, 140 years of growing with you.
Soil moist granules are a non-toxic water-storing polymer product that keeps your plants hydrated twice as long. Every morning you water your hanging baskets, vegetables, and flower beds, and by evening they're dry again. Soil moist polymer crystals mix into your potting soil and encourage absorption, cutting your watering in half. They absorb water like a sponge, then slowly release it as your soil dries out. That means less watering for you and more consistent moisture at the root level, right where plants need it. Ideal for hanging baskets, planters, flower beds, and even vegetables, Soil Moist reduces transplant shock, improves soil texture, and lasts for seasons. It's non-toxic, degradable, and environmentally friendly. Just hydrate the granules before mixing them into your soil and let Soil Moist do the hard part for you. Find Soil Moist at your favorite independent garden center or learn more at soilmoist.com.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Memorial Day sale. Now through Memorial Day. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. Get up to 30% off all sizes of shade trees, flowering trees, and fruit trees, including aspen, apple, cherry, maple, oak, and more. For example, 3-year-old 7 to 8 foot tall autumn blaze maple trees, only $139.99 each through Memorial Day.
You
Come
take
see.
I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
All right, we are back. I want to tell you a quick story about what I did with my elephant ears this last year that I've done differently than ever before, and I'm going to stick with this new method, is I left them in the pots. I cut all the leaves off in the fall, stopped watering them when I brought them in the house, put them in a cold corner of the basement, and just left them. Absolutely no water. If they tried to put up a leaf, I'd cut it off.
Okay.
And they stayed that way. And I brought them under lights in March, the 1st of March, and they're big and beautiful and gorgeous and much better than they've ever been than storing just the dry bulbs and planting them up new each year.
Yeah, I left one in a pot, but I didn't cut it back.
Oh, okay.
I just grew it in a little bit too low of light, but I just left it inside.
Yeah.
And I watered it very minimal.
Yeah.
It gets watered maybe once a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't water mine at all, but they're in they're in monster pots.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
5 or 6 plants in each pot.
I only watered mine because I didn't cut the leaves
Because you
off.
had leaves, yeah. I did that, and it worked. I wasn't sure if it would work. I did that with my cannas too, and it worked.
And it worked.
So I'm not digging my cannas out of the pots. I'm not digging my elephant ears up out of the pots anymore. I'm going to store them in a cold corner of the basement with no water. And they're fine.
I did that with my dahlia bulbs. So
My cannas are getting ready to bloom.
I dug my dahlia bulbs up.
Yeah.
I potted them up in a 1-gallon pot and just threw them in my greenhouse and forgot about them.
Uh-huh.
And sure enough, they're all, I think I might have had maybe a 10% loss.
Yeah.
Maybe less, 5%, or maybe 5%. But they're all just kept sprouting up and growing away.
That sounds great.
Crazy.
Well, let's see what's sprouting with Luann today out at Tagawa's. Good morning, Luann.
Good morning, my friends. I just wanted to bring up the clasping ligules on the grasses.
Don't you love that?
Earlier. I just think it's a great name for a band. And
Clasping
I'm not
ligules.
sure
Oh.
Clasping ligules.
I love it.
What kind of music we should assign this imaginary band?
Yeah.
But,
God, that's funny.
I mean, you get an audience just because people don't have a clue what the name is.
That's right.
It's actually English, but yeah. Well, good morning indeed, and I just wanted to let you two know that Tagawa Gardens has a sale.
Oh, yeah?
Guess what? Yeah. Guess what's on sale?
What?
Everything.
Hanging baskets.
Annuals.
Annuals, okay.
Veggies and herbs.
That's a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. So all of our annuals, including the ones that are in like window boxes, pre-planted, and the bowls and everything, are 30% off.
Wow.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big sale. And all of our veggies and all of our herbs are 30% off. And so people who have been just kind of sitting on their hands, waiting for Mother Nature to figure out what the heck she's going to do next.
Yeah.
This is a great time to come to Tagawa's and get your annuals collected. You have time to harden them off.
Sure.
And I think you could have some absolutely stupendous containers and beds at a bargain price.
No doubt.
So that's a great thing to do. Also wanted to point out that we have a program for preschoolers, ages 3 to 5, called Little Buds. It runs the first Thursday of every month. It's free, and it's 10:30 in the morning, and they do a craft. They have a story time. They do some activities. And as we slide into, school being out and everything, and mom's not knowing what to do, the 3 to 5-year-olds bring them to Tagawa's every first Thursday of every month for our Little Buds event, and it's really a great activity. It's a great socialization for kids too.
That's wonderful.
It's really a great program.
It's programs like that that makes it that so important that we support our local garden centers, so we don't lose these valuable resources like that.
And Tagawa's is determined. It's always like the top of our mission to be a good neighbor. I mean, obviously we have to sell plants, but we want to be a good neighbor in the community and pay back for the support that we've gotten over our many years. One other note about the perennials, we have so many peonies. We have more peonies than I have ever seen us have.
Is that right?
Oh, wonderful.
So they are not on sale, but my goodness, they're big and they're gorgeous, and I have no idea how many varieties, but the benches go on and on for how many peonies
I'm a
people can
sucker
choose from.
for a good peony.
Oh, yeah, and when I was meeting and greeting last week for Mother's Day, that was one of the most frequent questions that I got. Where are your peonies? Where are your peonies? I want to buy Mom a peony. So peonies are front and center and gorgeous at Tagawa Gardens. So weather's coming. Keep an eye on the weather, obviously, but there's no reason not to plant, especially if you could do some hand watering with the shutoff valve and get those plants, happy and established in your perennial garden. So plenty of things to do, plenty of things to look forward to. And Tagawa's is, as always, 7711 South Parker Road. That's 1 mile south of Arapahoe Road. TagawaGardens.com is the go-to website for any questions you might have.
Super. Well, thank you, Luann.
Super duper?
Yeah.
Super duper.
Watch out for those clasping ligules. Grab an ankle or something.
That's right.
Take care, my friend.
Okay, you too,
Bye-bye.
Luann. Bye-bye.
She's lovely.
Isn't she, though?
Oh, my goodness. One nice thing about peonies is they're a long-lasting perennial.
Yeah, once you get them in the ground.
They'll live hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you my wonderful story when I lived in Montana? I used to love to just go for drives, and you could just go on these back kind of country roads and just drive. And there was this abandoned farm, and it was an old derelict house. And then there was a split rail fence in the front yard, and the native grasses had retaken over the whole property, and so they were like 3 feet tall. And in this property, and it had probably been abandoned for at least 50 years, in this property there was an Austrian copper rose in full glory. I mean, it was 12 to 15 feet by 12 to 15 feet.
Oh, my goodness.
It was just spectacular. There was orange oriental poppies blooming
Yeah.
in the middle of this grass, and bright, like Carl Rosenfeld, the bright fuchsia-y pink peonies.
Oh.
Just blooming in amongst this retaken, the prairie grass had just taken it back over, but in amongst it were these flowers blooming.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the most...
They're durable.
Yeah, spectacular.
I'm
like,
surprised they
treats.
didn't have lilacs there, too.
They did.
Oh, they did?
They weren't
Okay.
just but
They were
those three weren't blooming at that time, although they do have the real similar bloom time. So yeah, it was just, yeah.
Well, peonies do like a lot of sun. So if you've got a peony that's being a little shy about blooming, check out the sun.
Yeah.
They need at least 6 hours of full, direct, intense sun, like midday sun, to do really well. If you have a little shadier spot, I have found that the Ito peonies, that's spelled I-T-O-H, that's a series of new peonies that are out there. They're a bit on the pricey side, but they're spectacular, and there's some colors in there like yellow that you just don't get in the regular ones.
Yeah.
But it's a hybrid between our regular peony and tree peony. Perfectly hardy here, but I find that it'll take about half a day of shade and still bloom really well.
Yep. I do have a peony that I just showed you a picture of. It's a gorgeous coral-colored one. I don't know what variety it is. I think it was mislabeled, but it is growing in a bit of shade. But I think it's because my ash tree in the front yard leaves out so late. So it's able to grow up and do its thing in the springtime before the ash tree even leaves out.
Yeah.
And so
that's probably true.
Yeah.
Well, let's head out to the phones. We've got Joe waiting to talk to us. Good morning, Joe.
Morning. I just bought a new columbine plant, and I noticed it's still in the pot. I haven't planted it yet. It looks like it's got a little powdery mildew, not a heavy, coating. But I went online and read, it says good air circulation and don't water from the top and get a fungicide. Well, I hate to buy a fungicide just for one little plant.
Understood,
Is there
yeah.
anything else I can do to clean that off, or does it matter? Will it keep it from blooming, or should I cut the foliage way back?
Me personally, I would leave it alone. You're going to be putting it out in the yard. It's going to get lots of air circulation. It's going to get, nice bright light. I think the mildew will go away on its own. Just keep an eye on it. If it continues to get worse and worse, it can weaken the plant and reduce its flowering ability. And in that case, you might just want to go and cut all that foliage off and let it regrow.
It can grow on the stems too, so just keep an eye on it. But it's a common problem with columbine.
Yeah.
But there's no kind of home remedy like a little weakened vinegar that would clean that off?
Oh, no, that would kill it.
Yeah, that would kill
even
it.
weak.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people say there's like a milk that you can milk.
I've heard
milk.
people use
Baking soda.
or baking powder.
I think baking soda. That's
Mixed
what I remember.
mixed with water.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But then that
And
leaves
I
a
know
white residue, and it's like, well, that looks just like the mildew. So
Yeah, I mean, I know some people put milk on their pumpkin plants to keep powdered mildew. I just have never done that. Just buy a fungicide, something natural. Like you can buy a natural fungicide like copper or sulfur,
yeah.
or
Mhm.
But that's like a whole big package with that for several plants, right?
It's just a ready-to-use spray bottle. Usually,
Yeah,
is
there's
what
a
they
little
come in.
trigger, a little trigger bottle.
And it holds up. It's not like it.
Right, it's got about a 4-year shelf life on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I bought 3 new black raspberry plants because I had lost some over the years. And I've got them in the ground, but because they're newly planted, is that foliage more tender and should it be covered up with the weather coming, or just assume it's, an outdoor plant and we'll handle it?
Where was the plant when you bought it? Was it outside on display, or was it in a greenhouse?
It was outside.
Okay, then you should be fine.
Yeah. And we're not supposed to get super, super cold. It's just primarily more so for plants like that don't like it much under 50 degrees.
The
So that
tropical
would be
plants,
like
yeah.
any of your tropical flowering plants
Right.
or your vegetables.
Yeah. And then thirdly, I'm trying to get some blueberry plants started again, and I've really done a lot of research on what kind of soil I should be using. And so my question about them, the 2 I bought have blossoms and little blueberries on them.
Fun.
Should they be covered because they've got the fruit on it? I don't have them in the ground yet. They're still in the pots sitting in, I'm going to do them in containers.
Good.
Like these big Rubbermaid totes that are like 18-gallon.
Okay.
So I bought a bale of peat, and I've been putting that in the bottom of those 3 containers. But anyway, with some of the little blueberries already formed, should I maybe cover them lightly?
Again, were they outside on display when you bought them?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they've been through some cold temperatures already, so I think you should be just fine. But,
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with playing it safe. It's only going to be 2 nights. So, bring them in, put them in the garage for the night, take them out back in the sun for the day.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I'm better safe than sorry.
Yeah,
me too.
So,
exactly.
And finally, since I'm learning that blueberries need such a more acidic soil, and I think CSU site actually gave some percentages of peat versus other things. A bale of peat, when it's broken up, there's quite a bit, it's loose, but divided between 3 containers and then putting in some good compost. And I ordered some mini pine bark nuggets that are supposed to be good to put around the top and maybe mixed into the soil. Does that sound, and I know I should get a soil test too, but does that sound like I'm making a good effort at getting the soil good for blueberries?
Everything except for the pine bark nuggets. You can
Yeah.
use that as a mulch on top, but do not mix it with the soil.
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
And also keep note that most of your potting soil mixes
Mhm.
are 80% or more peat moss.
But they have
Really?
they have pH balancers to bring the pH up.
yeah.
So using the majority of the mix is going to be peat moss. I'd say at least 80% of your mix should be peat moss, and then use an acidifying fertilizer because our water is alkaline and will fight the pH in the soil. So use an acid fertilizer when you're fertilizing.
Okay.
All right.
And what about homemade compost? Is it more?
It's
on the
neutral.
pH scale?
It's pretty
It's
neutral. Yeah.
Okay. But that plus the peat plus I think they said a little sand too.
I wouldn't bother with the sand.
Okay.
You might add perlite to it to loosen it up a little
Perlite?
bit.
Yeah.
Not vermiculite, but perlite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, well, great. Thanks for your help.
Good
You
luck.
bet. Thanks for calling, Joe. Bye-bye. We're a little late for a break, so we got to get out of here on the Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
It's like the difference between soft, gentle rain and a monsoon. That's how I compare the effect of a dram rain wand on plants to the hard blast of a typical spray nozzle attachment to your garden hose. Water flows through 400 tiny holes in the dram rain wand's soft shower nozzle to bathe and refresh your plants, not damage them or wash away soil. Its handy reach handle has a 60-degree bend and conveniently extends to more distant garden rows and hanging baskets. And there's a fingertip shutoff valve. No wonder professional growers in the greenhouses and nurseries use dram watering tools. Today, there are imitators, but nothing matches the superior quality of the original, invented over 50 years ago. They're simply the best. Dram watering tools are available at Tagawa Gardens in Centennial, Nick's Garden Center in Aurora, and Jared's Garden Center in Littleton.
It's the middle of May and time to bring your landscape to life with beautiful annuals on sale now at Tagawa Gardens. This is Luann Aiken, Tagawa's Garden Ambassador. With some frost protection handy just in case, bring on the instant gratification of stunning annuals in full bloom from Tagawa's. And they're all on sale, 30% off. We have hundreds of varieties of annuals to choose from. If big, bold petunias and workhorse geraniums are your go-to, great. Or maybe try something new, like a pot full of nothing but sun-loving coleus. It's a winner. All of Tagawa's pre-planted overflowing container gardens, bowls, and window boxes are on sale too, also 30% off. And there's more. Tagawa's herbs and veggies are on sale, again 30% off. We have more than 120 varieties of both tomatoes and peppers. I counted. In our perennials department, our display of beautiful blooming peonies goes on and on and on. We also have a huge selection of perennials from Plant Select, with more than 50 varieties tried and tested to be Colorado tough. Our nursery is full of great choices of trees, shrubs, and fruiting bushes and vines. Can't you just taste those homegrown fresh raspberries? As we celebrate spring planting, now and all summer long, we are Tagawa's, your garden store, and so much more.
May is here, and there's no better time to get growing at the Gardens at Highlands Ranch. Family owned and operated, the Gardens at Highlands Ranch is your neighborhood garden center and nursery, where something new is always blooming. Fresh products are arriving daily. Bright, colorful annuals, hardy perennials, fresh veggies and herbs ready for your garden, plus stunning flowering trees, shrubs, evergreens, and roses to bring your yard to life this season. Whether you're planting a few pots or transforming your entire landscape, their friendly, knowledgeable team is ready to help every step of the way. And with convenient planting services available, creating your dream yard has never been easier. Be sure to stop in and check out their in-store sale items while supplies last. The Gardens at Highlands Ranch, your one-stop shop for all your gardening needs. Visit them at 9542 South University Boulevard in Highlands Ranch. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 5.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Memorial Day sale. Now through Memorial Day, the Tree Farm has been family owned and cared for since 1980. Now get 25% off all sizes of flowering shrubs, including lilac, spirea, butterfly bush, and more. For example, 3-year-old boomerang dark purple lilac, now just $74.96 each. Now through Memorial Day. Come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show, and we've got Bernadette on the line right now. Good morning, Bernadette.
Good morning.
What can we do for you today?
I want to plant a peony plant, but I want to plant it in a container. Can they survive in a container? And if so, I was listening to just a little bit of a conversation you had with somebody just prior to me, and you were saying that they have to be in the sun.
Yes.
They have to be, because I had a couple of them that I planted at my mom and dad's house under the peach trees, and they did just fine.
Peach trees usually aren't a super heavy
Yeah.
and big tree. They're probably still getting some direct sun.
But the conventional wisdom is peonies need at least 6 hours of direct sun a day.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
They'll be sturdier and stockier, too, if
Well,
they're
and they'll
in
bloom
the sun.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, and then I have another question for you. A couple years back, I sent you some photographs of this wonderful climbing rose bush that I gave my husband. And it blooms a really nice red color bloom.
Uh-huh.
But the leaves were being eaten by something. And back then you gave me a name of a product to use on it. I tried that. It didn't work. And I don't remember what the name of the product was. So I wanted to know, is there any way that we can treat those on the leaves with any type of a liquid and a Q-tip maybe to try to get rid of those ugly looking holes that are coming up in the leaves of the rosebush?
Are they showing up now?
I have not seen them yet, and the rosebush is thriving. It does have all the greenery on it.
Okay.
I have not seen them yet, but
Are they on the edge of them? Are they like little notched out circles?
No,
Or
they're
either
they're
notched
all
out?
over. They're in the center.
Okay,
they're,
okay.
They're
I'm
everywhere.
just trying to decide because there's leaf cutter wasps that'll cut rosebush leaves
Yeah.
off on the center, or there's root weevils too, and they make an irregular shape notch out of the edge of the leaf.
I'm
but
thinking it's probably more toward Japanese beetle.
it could be, certainly.
Yeah.
Oh gosh! And I'm telling you, up in the Thornton area,
Mm-hmm.
all of the pine trees that are on the corporation, where the corporations have their offices and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All of the pine trees out there are dying, and we're talking huge pine trees. I don't even want to drive on those streets. I'm afraid the trees may fall over and crush the car.
Yeah.
Wow, that
But
sounds terrible.
we have it is awful. So now we're we're going to lose all our pine trees. Years back, we had the Dutch elm crisis, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like are we just not in a area where we can find a way to be rid of these critters that destroy everything for us?
Before we came into Colorado, when it was still natural and native, there is a reason that this was a treeless plain.
Yeah.
That's just the way Mother Nature worked. The trees just didn't grow here unless they were right along the river.
Yeah.
So you didn't see pine trees and all these locusts and maples and all those eastern trees growing here because they couldn't survive without our intervention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just the order of life. I mean, you're always going to have, if you have ornamentals, they're always going to be susceptible to pests and diseases. That's our lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pine trees weren't down here. They were up in the mountains where they get a lot more moisture.
And a
Oh, no
lot
kidding.
colder winters to
Yeah.
kill off a lot of those but as diseases spread in from other countries, they can get hold and take off.
Yep,
So,
emerald ash borer, Japanese
Japanese
beetle,
beetle.
Dutch elm beetle, all of those have come through, and we're heading for another couple of them. That lantern?
yeah, the
Lantern fly. That's-
and the wiggly worm,
The
jumping
worm,
worm,
jumping worms, yeah. So yeah, we're real good at introducing bad things to our country that don't belong here, including birds.
Oh well, I guess we're not the smartest lot, are we?
Oh no.
I don't know if I asked you this. Can I plant the peonies in a container?
It'd have to be a fairly large container, at least a 14 or 16 inch diameter pot, and
Well,
you'll have. Go ahead.
The containers that I have available are like the whiskey barrel size.
That's perfect. Yeah.
They're fairly large, and I use them on the corners of the walkway, a little in from the driveway. So kind of close to the inside where the grass used to be.
Uh-huh.
But what I want to know is, do they have to have a lot of drainage holes put into them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But if it's
Because,
is it an actual whiskey barrel or?
No.
Yeah, it's
I
just
only
that
have,
size.
It's just that size. They're the rubber containers that they used to sell at King Soopers, and some of the garden centers had them, but they didn't have. They quit selling that large size now.
Yeah.
Anybody that has those, they have the smaller ones.
Okay.
And I know that the peonies that I grew at my mom and dad's house were, they thrived under those peach trees, and they were huge. I had to get the outside metal rims to hold them up.
Well, Bernadette, that music means that the show is over. We've got to get out of here to make room for the next show coming on. So I'm afraid we're going to have to cut our conversation short today. So have a good weekend and enjoy your peonies. All right? Now, we'll be back next weekend, every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 o'clock. Definitely head out to my website, gardenwiseguy.com. Sign up for the newsletter. It's free. And we'll see you next week. Thank you, Devon, for coming in today.
Of course.
And next week we'll have Luann Aiken from Tagawa's in as a special guest host. So until then, keep your shovel sharp, be careful where you dibble, and as always, get out there in the garden and have some fun. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.